My friends, today here on the Hermitcraft server, we take a break from all the foolish demising shenanigans and take a moment here to appreciate the beauty of the Christmas district, which was from last year. And this year we're back here again to finish off the mini golf project that has sat around doing nothing for a whole year. And Cub Fan and Full Symmetry have chipped in to help finish this off. So over here on my hole, everything is done but a little bit of redstone underground, which I'm going to get done later on in this episode. And then over here, Cub Fan has chipped in with this amazing hole right here. Let me walk you through it. I had a look at it a moment ago. It's a really cool design. You take a shot here and your shot is likely to fall down into the area below. However, if you get it onto these red bits here, there is an opportunity to take a trick shot and have your golf ball travel all the way around the outside here. I really like the structure of this design, and then it gets span out down below into the water there. So otherwise you're taking this long journey down through this area, and then there's a little bit of color coding going on here because you've got to shoot it into the yellow bit, and up the top of the ladder there is more yellow carpet. And you can see here, this is where it's going to get shot out, and that's where the hole is at the end. Where this one ends, the next one starts, and this one was done by Full Symmetry. And I love the layout here because the first thing that you walk to is actually the end of the whole course. So it kind of gets you backtracking and seeing how this works. And it works on multiple levels right here. So actually, below where you enter is where you start, down there. And there are these obstacles that are neatly put in these positions, and I believe the idea is that you actually shoot onto the obstacles to make your life a little easier turning the corners. So that's actually using the red obstacles in a different way, actually using them as a positive, I believe is the idea there. There's also one of these water streams to take you up, and that brings you to the exit here. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be seeing us playing the mini golf course very soon and doing some communal events. We've been talking about playing some mini games and whatnot, but right now we need to come over here and participate in Secret Santa. So of course last episode we came over here and put our name in so we're able to play, and over here it also says press the button to select the gift, which sounds a little confusing. Let's press the button and see what we get. Okay, gift a trapped portal to Wonderland. Where is Wonderland? Is it this place? And I thought that I was going to be doing no demisey shenanigans today, but apparently I got to trap a portal. So I've been thinking, where is Wonderland? Well, maybe it's short for Winter Wonderland, which is certainly what this place is, although I think we've always referred to it as the Christmas area, but Winter Wonderland it probably is, right. And I've got an idea, because there is a portal down around the corner here that's never really been decorated. Yeah, this is kind of perfect because the wall color I'm going to use to disguise our trap is going to be red wall. In fact, it's going to be carpets on the ground here. So that means we can actually kind of decorate the room with the red color, and then someone might walk here completely unsuspecting of how they're going to set this trap off. So I have tidied up the room, and it now feels like you're standing inside of a present. One thing though is that the portal here is obviously not centered, and it's also going to take up a lot of space as well. But I feel like the best way to lay it out is to actually maybe make this portal too wide, and so that you exit left to right like this. So it's going to be centered just like this, and the floor of the room is just going to be carpets all of the way around, and then we got that double portal there in the middle. And this is where things get a little bit devious now, okay? But first of all, I need to go and grab some supplies because I don't have all I need with me. Okay, I'm all good. I'm all stocked up, and I've done some testing. Now, earlier I might have said that this was going to be a bit of a friendly trap, which was my intention, but I found out that, of course, this does indeed damage the player, what I'm going to be doing here. We're using TNT, but it's not going to be destructive in the normal sense. Let's throw that down there. We're going to be dispensing the TNT into obsidian, which we can very easily hide underneath a carpet like this. What we can also hide underneath carpet is redstone ore, and obviously the place we're going to do that is right here. So when the player walks over the redstone ore, we can then detect it with a observer block, and when it does get updated, that's when you see red particles on it, and it can be done via a player and also via a player walking over the top of a carpet. I should probably double check that one as well. But anyway, let's see this in action, because we could literally set up an entire room full of this little setup right here, and activate it from down below. So someone walks on the pressure plates and then the whole room can light up with these. I'm going to stand on top of it deliberately. Yeah, it kind of did do damage, but the thing is, I've got blast protection somewhere on here. Yes. So if someone comes through without blast protection, they can take more damage than just that. This is going to be quite the experience from our victim. Over here, you can really see it in action, right? So the redstone... Oh, I can do it by clicking it. That is good to know. So it comes down here. It also creates a weak signal, so I need to figure that out. But down here, we can have redstone that's then going to power a minecart on a powered rail to then use detector rails. And this is where things actually turn into a little bit of a puzzle. Oh yeah, and this is what it looks like from the other side, just chocolate block, dispensers, and obsidian. But essentially, the minecart would run along the rails like this. I think we're going to need, like, a lot of them hidden in the walls, because... is it going to make its way from one side to the other without a powered rail in the middle? I don't think so. But one could certainly go across... Oh, and then we got that problem. So everything gets a little bit trickier, does it? Well, there is something that I need to test before we go any further. Yep, that does indeed work. And what does it do to the minecart? It does kind of rumble it a little bit. This room is looking beautiful and ready to go. That is practically the case at the moment. Let's go down below and see how it's all set up. There's like a ring of redstone here in the middle. So if any 4 of these redstone ores get set off, all of the redstone fires up, and it sends out signals to either side of where we have rails going back and forth. Now, the reason I've got these trapdoors is so I can get in here, I can show you the rails, I can also stock up the TNT to all of these dispensers. But one thing you might notice is none of the blocks in the middle have dispensers anymore. It was way more difficult to do all of these rails going in the other direction. So now everything is pretty much set up and ready to go. I just got to get in there and place down some TNT. Bit of a tense moment here. What if activating the portal updates the obsidian blocks next to the redstone ore? Let's light the thing up here anyway. I don't think it did that. Come on. Don't make me walk any closer. Whew. Okay, this thing is all rigged and ready to go. My friends, we are now in a backup of the world. And the reason that I've downloaded a backup of the world is because we're going to be updating to 1.15. It's going to be so exciting. We'll go on an adventure and hunt down some bees, and I'll show you the project known as the Hexa-Bee. That's going to be the location of our farms. But anyway, on the backup, I just want to see... Oh, that carpet might give something away. Okay, so this is the player's experience. They step onto this, it gets activated. Oh my goodness me, that sound is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Look at that, you don't even take any damage. Oh, what an experience! I love it! I do wonder though, because I'm now on a single player world. No, it's difficulty hard, okay. Yeah, I like that. That's a fun way to give them a scare. Now I know that I said we were going to be updating to 1.15. That was the plan, this was the day I was supposed to do it. But then some of the hermits changed their mind and decided not to. Now I've made a whole bunch of plans to start up our bee farm this episode, and this is actually a project that I've been working on for a while. So this project can be found between Mumbo's base and mine over here in this direction. It is known as the Hexa-Bee because it has 6 sections for bee farms, and then in the very middle, that's where the portal goes to take you to the Nether. That's how you get to this thing. So it was quite some time ago that we actually started working on this. I didn't expect for 1.15 to take so long, and so we can still work on this project is what I was thinking, even though we've got no bees to actually put in here yet. I mean, this was my plan and I've got nothing else on my mind at the moment, so let me introduce you to the Hexa-Bee project. Aha, this is what we need. I actually already gathered all of the materials for building on the inside. So the idea is that each of the 6 of these have a different theme on the inside. So the white concrete that you see now probably isn't even going to be visible. For example, this one over here is going to be full of cha-cha woods, and then the one next door to it could be full of birch wood. So they're going to be themed around the 6 different types of wood. It's going to be so cool. I've been waiting to do this project for ages. It's just a little bit of a shame it's not going to take place in 1.15. Oh, and I should show you the underside as well. we've been using prismarine blocks down here. Oh, it looks so fancy. And so the shape above kind of extends down into this landmass. Here it is from the other side. And then over here from this direction. Man, it seriously looks cool. I, my friends, have waited a long time to place these blocks. I'm feeling a like real Minecraft buzz at the moment. And I realised that the entrance to each of these rooms needs to be there for the player to, go and visit them. So they're going to be 3 wide. Makes sense for those 2 bits. But these ones here, I'm not sure if anything is going to open itself up. We also need to pick a material to go on the middle room. That is something I hadn't thought of. Although maybe I could just leave it as white concrete. Now going from here to there, whatever way you count it, there isn't really a middle that's an odd amount of blocks. There's just this 4 like that. Now, because it's on a diagonal, maybe we'll get away with that as an entrance? I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, what we need now is tons and tons of white concrete. And me and Impulse are winding up Iskau in the chat at the moment. Pretending that we're going to come after him. Also, this reminds me I should tell you about the clicker that's been developed. I advertised this in my AFK fishing farm video, so if you didn't see that, you wouldn't know about this, but essentially I can now target the game with this and use it for concrete. And as you can see here, it says Control-Alt-C will start concrete farming. So now when we go in, I'm going to shut the door, stand here, Control-Alt-C, and we're doing it hands-free. Right, now I can use my computer for other things while this is happening. And there we go. That's a real time saver because it means I can do something like work on the thumbnail of this episode while that's going on, right? Which is super convenient. Whew, look at that. That is a lot of white concrete. So the point of that demonstration was just to say if you want to use the clicker as well and make concrete easier, then top right of your screen there is a link to the fishing farm video. Now, let's talk about what we're doing here because I prepared materials. I've got loads of white stained glass and I got loads of white concrete as well. So we're going to add a window to the side of the building, and something that they all share in common is actually having a flat side window. So that will be done on those flat sides, not these diagonal ones. This stuff will all get built up a little bit to a height that looks decent. I then want to have space here for a window. It'll probably be a little bit bigger and a little bit higher. And then somewhere around the top here, we're then going to build the top of it, which is going to be made out of glass. So it's going to be like a hexagonal dome. And I really don't know quite how that's going to come together. I've just realized some of this concrete will never be visible to the human eye once this is finished, right? Because it's inside the other blocks. So I can save on concrete and replace some of this with stone. So I've been using my camera count to try and figure out what size I want this thing to be, and I feel like I've got the dimensions right at last. I messed around with putting this window at different heights and making the room bigger and smaller, but this is what feels reasonable to me. And so, here on the inside, things are about 4 blocks tall, and I think what we'll do is probably put in some stairs to hide the white concrete around here. This will go all the way around the edge, and then on top of it is where the white glass is going to start, and we're going to have a hexagonal dome on top. Also down here things will be a little bit tricky because there is water down at this level, but I think what we'll also do is have our floor 1 block lower and then have a trim that matches what's going on at the top down here at the bottom. And there it is. This is what the rooms are going to look like. There is a lot of space here for Mumbo to build the bee farm. And I think I mentioned it in a previous episode, but not in this one? I don't know. This is a collaboration between me and Mumbo, you see. This is the area between my base and his. So he's going to do all the technical stuff in here with the bees, and I'm going to be the one doing the building. So I started off by covering up the wood. I didn't want it to be seen from the outside, but then by adding white concrete on top of it, I kind of made that visible from the inside, which it wasn't before. So I'm not sure where that's going to go, but once we started adding the glass, it kind of felt like it wasn't going in the right direction, and it wasn't until I got all the way to the very end that I decided to take a step back and have a look at what we had created. So there it is, the hexagonal shape kind of ends up turning into a bit of a flat pyramid. It's not so great if you ask me, and I think the best thing might just be to have a flat roof. It kind of looks okay from the inside, but from the out there, I think having a group of 6 of these won't be very impressive. I'm also thinking about the colour theme again. Mumbo's base has inspired the white concrete and the white glass, but we also have prismarine from my base, so maybe we could make or use some of that up in the roof area. This wasn't how I pictured things going, but I think what we'll do is have prismarine like this up in this area. And I may even drag up the white concrete into this space to make it more visible. But one thing at a time, we'll go around like that, and then maybe we could have cyan glass going across the top. Probably best to go with cyan actually to reinforce the prismarine. And then over on this side what we'll do, instead of white concrete, we'll put dark prismarine, and then we can alternate them. So they'll be free with prismarine and then free with dark prismarine. It's the moment of truth. Up we go. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Apparently I missed a couple of blocks over on that corner. That feels more like it. It feels like it retains the hexagonal shape. The glass, for the way, is like 1 block up, but you'll notice that it overlaps on these corner blocks, which I like. And from the inside, I've got to say, these 2 blocks together, quite the contrast. But each of the rooms are going to be unique. And I like that. It's good. Mumbo Jumbo.
Hello?
Look at your ginormous face.
Well, you know, it's nice to see you too, dude.
I'm glad you think it's nice to see me. You know, the reactions I've been getting of late of people trying to stay away from me, you know.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you noticed me slightly backing away as you move around, because I'd kind of forgotten. I keep forgetting about this dead team stuff, and then
yeah. And now I reminded you.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Which means that I can't lure you over here to my trap again.
I almost
oh my God!
ended up... You actually got it. You actually got it. Yeah.
Nowhere near it.
The number of times that's happened to me as well. I tell you what, you actually almost got me earlier. I was so close. I actually went up here and then suddenly realised and basically fell off my chair, which is a terrible response to almost dying in Minecraft, and then managed to make my way over to the corner, because obviously it's not all water bubbles, and then I managed to sink back down. But I got extremely lucky there.
Yeah, I almost injured you in real life, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Cool. I don't know why you've kept the glass here. Like, if you remove it, I'm pretty sure the pufferfish will fly up into the air eventually, and then they'll fall down and go splat.
That's actually a smart idea.
Is there any near? Is there any coming to the middle? I want to see them go. I think one's no.
I can see one. There's one thinking about it. Here one comes. No.
I think they swim through it.
Oh, there's one coming. Ah, they go up and down really fast, don't they?
Yeah. I think they just changed their mind. Like they swim in, but then they swim back out again. So
yeah,
right.
Okay,
let's leave it like
sure
that.
At some point, I'll be walking past.
Yeah, I hope it catches you off guard.
Yeah.
Anyway, the reason we're meeting up here today is to talk about a project we're doing together.
Yep.
Where I'm going to do building, and then you're going to do technical redstone stuff.
That sounds absolutely perfect.
It's your cup of tea, basically. Ooh,
yeah, 100%.
So, between our bases, there is an island.
I mean, it's always cool seeing your geometric masterpiece over there, just over the horizon. That's always pretty cool. But then, yeah, seeing this little honeycomb appearing on this island has also been pretty interesting. When did you build? Because you built the original honeycomb a little while ago, didn't you? That was
it was months ago that I started building it. I was anticipating 1.15 a long time ago, and I figured this could be a cool place for us to work together. What I've tried to do is just mix our themes together. So you got the white concrete of your area and the prismarine of mine, and a little bit of sort of geometric style, right, with the hexagonal layout.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it looks really, really cool.
So I thought it could work like this. You could basically build 6 bee farms and have them in these chambers where each room is just basically themed with a different colour of wood.
Right, I see. That makes sense. That sounds cool.
Yeah, and then here in the middle you just got your portal room to get in and out from the Nether Hub.
Yep.
And that's basically it.
That sounds good. So it's going to be a bee farm that's hopefully... I wonder if it will be... I imagine... I can see the edge of my base. I imagine if IAFK is somewhere on the edge of my city, maybe will catch the side of the of the bee farm.
Ah,
If
so you
not,
can
obviously I
load it
can do...
and AFK farm it. That's cool.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, look, okay, I don't think you I'm going to be using so much honey that I'm probably going to have to be here like consistently from this point forth. Like this is where I'm going to have to stay from now on because I want to be able to do all the honey block contraptions.
Oh yeah.
So
That's perfectly fine. I hope this gives you enough space to work
yeah,
with.
no, I mean, I
One
need to do some
problem.
serious work on bee farm designs. Actually, I need to look into how the mechanics work and all that. But
We've
no,
got
I
one
imagine
problem
it will
though,
be...
Mumbo.
What's that?
We still in 1.14.
Yeah, I had noticed that.
Yeah, we were supposed to update, but people changed their minds. So I don't know when we're updating, but I figured I just want to build this thing now. It's been on my mind for too long, so
Right.
this is me
So you're
building
going to build
it
up
for you.
the outside. Everything's going to be done on the outside. Then eventually, when we go to, I mean, I can probably get the actual redstone bits in place pre
Yeah.
Minecraft 1.15 potentially. So I could do that.
That's
And
true,
then when we
yeah.
go up to Minecraft 1.15, we will then have bees and we will have honey aplenty. And then you will see gigantic honey block machines just walking towards your base, hopefully.
That's
Just
exactly
see
what
them
I want to
crossing the
see.
horizon.
That's awesome, dude. My friends, look at that beautiful view right there. The Hexa-Bee is really coming to life right now. This is gorgeous. I love it. It's looking fantastic. And I've had this idea that maybe we'll put another one of these roofs in the middle and we'll use the other prismarine texture going around the rim here. So because of that, I kind of added in some white concrete up the top here. As you can see, all of the rooms are like getting there. I've got to go around and do the stairs up the top and below just like this. However, I've had a suggestion on my live stream, which I'm doing right now. Twitch.tv/xisumavoid is the place to catch my live streams. We could strip all of the logs and I can't help but feel it will look better. It will mix with the concrete more. It'll be nicer on the eyes, especially the birchwood. The birchwood ain't got a lot going for it. So I'm going to make it a thing on this video. You comment and let me know if you think we should strip all the wood, and then that's something I'll do, because I don't want to strip it all and then change my mind. And I could certainly do it. So if you agree with me, let me know with a comment down below. And so, my friends, we are getting closer and closer to calling this thing finished and leaving it in the hands of Mumbo Jumbo. And look at this, we got a middle piece to the puzzle. Regular prismarine. It just kind of ended up making sense to do this right here. And also, this roof ain't lit up, and I'm going to leave it that way. So we need to put glass across the middle here, and believe it or not, I've actually run out. I've used an extraordinary amount of materials for this build so far, and I'm starting to think that there's other things we could change around here. So in these rooms, there's just like torches spammed on the ground. Maybe we should come up with a nicer lighting system around the inside here, and maybe on this central bit we won't use grass. If you've got ideas for other blocks you think are going to look cool in here, then let me know with a comment down below. Didn't I mention something about putting in stairs around the edges here to hide all of this? I don't know. It feels like more could go into this, but as of right now, I'm going to grab some glass, I'm going to put in some windows, I'm going to put some up here, and then we're going to knock this project on the head for now. So there we go, that's where we're leaving this project for now, surrounded by mobs on the ceiling, but I put the glass up here, I put windows in on the sides, and we should be safe and sound in this area. But we got to move on, because I got one more important thing to do before this episode is out. We are ending off where we started, in one of the most beautiful places here on the Hermitcraft server. And I think it was at the end of the last episode that I showed you what I built underground here, and then I talked about the redstone needing finishing off, and that has actually been done. So let's drop down here, just appreciate the beauty of this cave down here for a moment, and you can probably hear the rattling of fence gates because I've hooked up the redstone. So everything here works as it should do. Of course, we've got this over here, which shoots the golf ball to the other side of the room. We've got our red carpets here with hoppers underneath, so they'll pick that out and shoot it out over here, as you can see. So then you take the next shot, and you just got to kind of figure out the timing here. I actually haven't given this a try yet. Let's... Oh, very close, very close. What you'll notice is that those ones over there activate at a very similar time, if not the same time, to this over here. Reason being that I wanted the player to have kind of a timer to guess when they're going to throw. And I think I might make it so that these open a little more frequently. So down under here we have a master clock running the whole thing. As you can see, it goes into 3 dropper randomizers. I'm going to take the torch out of each one of these, so there's basically a 50-50% chance of this thing up here being activated, and then with a little bit of delay using the same clock, this one over here is activated every single time. And that's it, the final hole in the golf course. This means that everything is done, I believe. Also, this here keeps on melting. Is there a block below? There isn't. I'm going to put one down here. Now I can put in some snow. Excellent. Hopefully that doesn't melt as well. And then up through the water stream we go. Absolutely fantastic. This project is finally finished. I'm so happy about it. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It was an absolute blast to record. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like. It helps support the channel. As always, thank you for doing that. And I'll see you very soon with another episode of Hermitcraft. So ciao for now. Bye-bye.